Hello, Max and Ray. I want to show you a flower. The name of this flower is Amaryllis hippistrum. Amaryllis hippistrum. I used to sell these when I had my business in Dallas, Texas. And a long time ago, there were a group of people, and they called themselves hippies. And I believed sincerely that they got their name from the hippistrum. They called themselves flower children, and they would put flowers in their hair and go to musical concerts and dance until they fell down. When they'd wake up, they'd start all over again. And I don't know for a fact that that's where the hippies got their name from, the hippistrum plant, but it made for a good story, and it helped me sell lots of plants. I was able to sell lots of plants and make money to buy food and pay for the house and things like that. There's a lot of good stories. As long as they're not an out and outright lie, I think that they're cute. The common name for this plant is an elephant ear. It's in a family of plants called a spathiphyllum. This flower is the spathiphyllum flower. All plants that produce this type of a flower are related. This plant here is also a spathiphyllum. Spathiphyllum. It's in the group of plants that have a spath flower, short for spathiphyllum. There's the key lime tree. It's in the citrus family of trees, and it's getting ready to produce a lot of flowers. I was talking to you earlier about fertilization, and I fertilized this tree about 4 to 6 weeks ago. Gave it 2 rounds of fertilizer on the ground, and then I watered it in about 3 weeks apart. So a slow release fertilizer takes about 2 weeks to start releasing, and it'll release for up to a month or more depending on the temperature. The warmer it is, the faster the fertilizer will release. And there's a key lime. They start out green. When they turn yellow like that, you need to pick them. They're really ripe. They make a nice juice. The bees are really busy working on this tree. I've done most of the corrective pruning from the hurricane that beat it up and tore it up really bad. Look at that scar. It twisted the branch so bad that the bark twisted off. The bark can just flake off from the damage. And so I'm trying to recover this tree. But just in case it won't recover, I've planted 2 other citrus trees in here. This is a dwarf citrus tree, and this is a Valencia orange. It's a dwarf Valencia orange, and it's only been in the ground for a couple of months. This one has been in the ground for about a year, and it's trying to bloom. It's starting to put out flowers, and they haven't opened yet. I'm really encouraged. See, there's the white flowers. It's got white flowers all over it. And this is called a red navel orange. Sometimes the red oranges are called blood oranges. This has got a lot of flowers on it. And when the tree or any other plant for that matter, is large enough that it can collect enough sunlight on its leaf surfaces. This is the surface of the leaf here, so when there's enough leaf surface, the plant can generate enough food for itself from the energy of the sun with the nutrients in the ground to produce fruit. And so I'm hoping that we're going to have red navel oranges soon. Maybe in about 2 months. I'll have to look up on Google and see how long it takes. So if you plant a tomato plant, it takes like 90 days for it to be big enough to produce. So these have been in the ground for about 90 days. Got a lot of nice orange tomatoes, and you can pick them when they're orange, and they'll continue to get red, or you can wait until they all turn red, but then you have to eat them faster. So since we have a lot of insects here that compete for food with humans, I just come out here and I pick some every day. And that gives us something to eat fresh every day. The fresher the vegetables are, the more nutrients they have in their bodies that we can put in our bodies. This is a large tomato planting. I planted it just a couple of days ago, and when I bought it, it already had a tomato growing. So that tells me that it's at least 90 days old because it's already got a tomato, and it was pollinated somewhere else, probably in the nursery that grew it. And that's fine because I wanted a tomato like that. I think that's a beefeater. The beefeater tomato is called a beefeater because it gets really big and beefy. Beefy is a term people use to describe something that's large, like cows, bulls. They'll say, oh, that cow is beefy. Oh, that bull is beefy. And they mean it's big. So it's a big tomato. It's a very good variety. People love it. When I came here earlier this morning, there was a lot of debris in front of the landing pad there, and the bees have cleaned it all up. They pushed all the debris off to the side, off the edge of the stone there. I can see it down there. That's the natural occurring plant that I was talking about earlier that the rabbits like to eat. It has a linear leaf. See how long and narrow? That's a true linear leaf. Linear means line. And that leaf definitely looks like a line. Boy, they're really busy. Look at them. You got to help me think of a name for this queen. I'd like to name her after a famous car or something. The other queen's name is Tesla. So I'm not sure what would be appropriate. Think about it, Max, and maybe you could call Elon for me, because I spoke to somebody at Tesla yesterday about the Model X and the Model Y and the Model Cybertruck, and it looks like they're not going to be available for quite some time. So get your dad to make an appointment. You can have 5 minutes of Elon Musk's time and call him and tell him that I've got to have a Cybertruck, and then make up some reason why. I need it for the bees. I need it to haul tomatoes. Elon Musk was supposed to take $5 million and donate it to starving people in another country. I heard about that he was going to do it, but I've never heard that he has done it. That would really solve a lot of hunger. $5 million. I think that's how much he said he was going to donate. I hope he didn't forget. And if it's more, I really hope he didn't forget. Let's go visit the Tesla hive. Here's the Tesla hive. There aren't as many bees in the Tesla hive because it's a younger hive. They're very gentle. You know, if you could ride on a bee, I'll bet it would be like driving an electric car. All you would hear would be the hum of the wings and the sound of the wind in your hair. All right, talk to you later.